Hello, everybody. So, today we are going to be talking about the realization of the fact that I love money. Okay. So, we're going to get into it. First, I want to point out I took notes as usual. You know me. Damn, it looked like y'all looking into heaven. I'm a notes girly. I took notes. I used to think that I wanted other things in life. And I just had a realization today that all I care about is money. And I just feel like it's like one of the greatest realizations ever because you think you want love and you've been like societally convinced that you want certain things and you don't. Okay, so anyway, so the first thing I want to point out is today is the first day of my period. Okay, so this is prime time for like euphoric realizations and stuff. Make sure you guys are logging your period, by the way. All right, so today is November 2nd, numerology. 2 plus 2. So November 11, 1, 2. Today is the 2nd. 2025 equals up to 9. And 9 plus 4 is 13. So 13 is like endings and whatever. Endings, but new beginnings. And then 4 is about stability. So another thing I want to point out is that I have a moon in Virgo and a rising in Virgo. So me thinking that all I cared about was love, and no, I was never a pick me. Let's get that straight. I was never no pick me. But me not thinking that me thinking that I didn't think that money was everything when money was always everything is insane. Another thing is y'all need to pay attention to what your when you first started doing magic, or when you first started like practicing, or when you first started praying, what was the first thing that you always went for? And when I look back into my past, I was taught sex magic as my first magic. You know what I'm saying? By myself, of course. Like I lay down and do it myself, and then I put the stuff on the candle. That's how I learned candle magic almost a decade ago. Okay, I'm 25. My first spell ever, y'all, was to manifest a job, and guess what? I got it the same day. So that's what got me into magic. You know what I'm saying? And I had this vision of me, and I was sort of doing the root chakra like squat position, and like my legs, it just gave butterfly. I can't really explain it, but I was squatting, and I was like in a room full of like gold, and there was like the portal was open, and it was just gold and money and just flowing out of me, and it was just like abundance, Queen of Pentacles energy. And the spell worked the same day. So pay attention to whatever your first spell was. And pay attention to what makes you happy. And like for me, don't pay attention to what you're being told or what you necessarily think that you want. Like if you had a bad upbringing and you really want to like come into yourself, one thing you can do is pay attention to what obviously brings you the joy, and not necessarily what was told to that would bring you joy. Another thing, so I love women. We're lesbian over here. And I noticed that when women want to please me, this was before I even came out of the closet, whatever, women will always like give me money. Like I noticed that, and still like when women like me, their first inclination is to give me money without me having to ask. So that's another thing I noticed. All my friends too, especially women, they spoiled the hell out of me. That's always been my reality. When I used to date men, when I argue with men, the only thing that makes me feel better is money. Genuine. And I don't mean like as a form of like abuse and this, that. No. When a man would piss me off, send me some money and you can make it up to me. And I do that to everybody, but I always do that to men. Okay, so here's a really interesting one. So all of my past exes have left me about money. My last ex-boyfriend left me because he said he couldn't provide for me. I don't know. And when we first got together, I was like, I wasn't really focused on that. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't really focused on that. But I noticed that like all of my exes, like they were heavily focused on money when they came into my life. Like they was always stressing about money. Like I got to make sure I give you money. And I used to be like, what the hell? So when I used to be a dancer, another thing, I used to take the money and I would like rub it all over myself, and I would put the money in my mouth. I know. I never got sick though. I put the money in my mouth and I would like rub it all over myself. And I would be in love with the money. Like I would be in love with it. I always said that dancing wasn't about the money, but at this point I'm starting to realize it I mean, I love getting pretty and putting on outfits and wearing the heels and stuff. That's a given, though. That's a given, though. That's a given. But I like how I made the money. Like, I like that I was able to make that money. And I didn't care about how much it was. I didn't care if it was $5, $100, it was $200. I bought that. 200, 400, 1,000. You know what I'm saying? Because I touched all those numbers. But that was about 1,200. That was about me. That was me bringing that in. And that made me love myself more. And another reason I think it was the money too is because money is what keeps you safe. And so money is a love language to me because I can keep myself safe, I can keep myself secure, and I can bring myself control. So whenever I'm bringing myself money, it makes me love myself more. And whenever other people are bringing me money, it makes me love them more. So yeah. And another thing I was going to say is that it turns me on like a lot. Like the idea of like somebody opening their wallet, it just does it for me. You get what I'm saying? And so I'm just like, I'm really into like, I'm really getting away from the shyness of like asking for it. Like saying, hey, I do readings, give me money. Like, cause I deserve it. And other people look at me all the time and they're like, why don't you have more money? I don't know. It's cause I needed to come to this realization. I just get really turned on when I see money. Like it just the idea of somebody giving it to me, it's just the oxytocin, like my body literally reacts. Like I love the idea of it so much. So yeah, I hope y'all can relate. And I just wanted to make this video to say, pay attention. Everybody has a different theme and everybody has a different vice. And I have come to the realization that today is money. I'm not going to say I will do anything for money because it's not necessarily like that. But in a way, I'll do any type of magic. I'm a little different from others when it comes, like I'm a little taboo when it comes to it. So, yeah, I love money. I love money and I don't give a fuck. And I just want to say, pay attention to what is calling out to you in life. Like this has been calling out to me for years and years and years. And I used to think that I wanted love. I used to think that I wanted a relationship. I used to think that I wanted to get married. I used to want to think I have kids. I don't want none of that, bitch. Open your motherfucking wallet, hoe. Fuck is you talking about?